All right, let's get straight to it. If you're thinking about learning to code in 2026 and you're pulling up a roadmap from, say, 2020, I've got to be honest, you're setting yourself up for failure. The entire game has changed. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to break down the exact updated roadmap you absolutely need to succeed right now.
Look, let's be real. If your plan is to sit there and binge watch 100 hours of tutorials and then build another to-do list app, you're not just falling behind. You're basically preparing for a job that doesn't exist anymore. That whole approach, it's obsolete. The industry has moved on, and your strategy has to move on with it.
You know, the fundamental challenge has completely shifted. A few years back, the big enemy was what we all called tutorial hell. Just passively watching videos but never actually building anything. But today, the main boss is something totally different. It's the discipline barrier. The problem isn't that you can't find information. It's about having the consistent, focused effort to push through genuinely hard problems. And that brings us to the first big rule. The game has changed. Seriously, the biggest mistake you can make right now is spending weeks of your life building a project that an AI could spit out in like 30 seconds. Getting your head around this is the absolute first step to building a career that's actually going to last. Just try to put yourself in a hiring manager's shoes for a second. They've seen thousands, literally thousands, of the exact same projects. They can tell in an instant if you just copied code from a video or if you actually wrestled with a messy, real-world problem. Your project has to show some depth, not just a pretty user interface. So here's the crucial point. Your value as a developer is no longer about memorizing syntax. Companies are actively telling their engineers to use AI. Your real skill is in how you think, how you design a solution, and how you use that AI to bring your vision to life. It's your permanent collaborator. So if AI is your partner, how in the world do you even get started? Well, that brings us to step one. Before you even think about which language should I learn, you have to answer a much more important question. What do I actually want to build? Or what kind of job do I want to land? Your end goal defines your starting line.
And what's really great about this is how it maps your ambition directly to the tech you need. If you're aiming for those hot AI and data science roles, Python is your non-negotiable starting point. If your dream is a top-tier company and you want to really, truly understand how computers work under the hood, then C++ or Java is the way to go. And hey, if you're a builder, someone who just wants to get ideas out there and ship web apps fast, you start with JavaScript. Choosing right from day one will save you months of wasted time.
Now, the fundamentals are still absolutely critical, but the definition of what fundamentals even means has changed. Knowing what a loop is or what a data structure is, that's just the price of admission now. To really succeed, you have to master a whole new set of core skills that go way beyond just writing code.
Your focus has to completely shift. First, logic is king. Your brain, understanding business problems, human needs. That's where the value is. AI can write the code, but it can't come up with the initial idea. Second, you've got to master prompt engineering, which is really just the skill of talking to an AI effectively. And third, you need system thinking. You can't just be focused on one little function. You have to see the whole picture, how the front end, the database, and everything in between connects.
Let's just double-click on this for a second, because it's that important. Prompting isn't just asking a question. It's what we call context engineering. You give the AI a role, like act as a senior backend developer. You give it a very specific task, and all the context it needs to do a good job. Honestly, mastering this is like learning a new language, the language of how to collaborate with artificial intelligence. Okay, so now you know what you need to learn. Let's talk about how to actually learn it. This brings us to step 3, where we are going to dismantle the #1 trap for every single beginner: tutorial hell. Here is how you break free and start learning like a real pro. The modern strategy is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, you start building your project immediately. Don't wait until you feel ready, because you never will. Second, you practice just-in-time learning. You only look up a concept when you're stuck on a specific problem you're trying to solve. And third, you have to treat AI as your 24/7 personal tutor, not a machine that just does your homework for you. And this quote just illustrates the mindset perfectly. Use the AI to make yourself smarter. Use it to find the gaps in your own knowledge. Ask it to explain things, to compare different ways of doing something, to help you debug your own logic. The goal here is to become a better problem solver, not just a better prompter. Okay, this is it. This is where you separate yourself from everybody else. Anyone can get an AI to spit out a simple clone. Your job is to build projects that have real depth,
projects that solve a real problem, and show off skills that an AI simply can't automate.
So what does a project that actually impresses a recruiter look like? Well, it's not another clone. It solves a real, messy problem. It proves you can think end-to-end. You design the UI, you architected the back end, you structured the database, and you wove AI into it in a smart way. And most importantly, you actually deployed it. You shipped it, proving you can handle real software in the real world.
So we've covered the what and the how. But honestly, none of the tech skills, none of the projects, none of the strategies matter at all if you can't conquer the single most important challenge you are going to face. This right here is the absolute truth of learning to code in 2026. AI tools make it so easy for anyone to get started. But because it's so easy to start, it's also incredibly easy to quit. The only people who will actually make it are the ones with the discipline to push through the hard parts, the frustrating bugs, and those moments where you doubt yourself.
So I'm issuing you a challenge. It's called the 100 Days of Code. I want you to make a commitment right now that for the next 100 days, you will not miss a single day. I don't care if it's for 30 minutes after class or 3 hours. You will show up. This is how you beat procrastination. This is how you build a habit that's unbreakable.
Seriously, let this sink in. Your biggest competition isn't the other people in your class. It's not AI, it's your own procrastination. It's that little voice in your head that says, I'll just do it tomorrow. The developers who win are the ones who show up day in and day out, especially on the days they don't feel like it. And here's a little hack to enforce that discipline. Build in public. Share your progress, your struggles, your small wins. This does 2 amazing things. 1, it creates external accountability, which makes you way less likely to quit. And 2, it starts building your personal brand before you even start looking for a job. Trust me, recruiters notice that kind of consistency.
So let's wrap it up with this. AI isn't the threat. It's the ultimate leverage for people who are willing to put in the work. The roadmap is clear. The tools are more powerful than they have ever been. The only question left is, will you have the discipline to show up tomorrow? And the day after that, the choice is all yours.